And as they were eating, took bread, and blessed it, and brake it, and gave it to the disciples, and said, Take, eat. This is my body. And he took the cup, and gave thanks, and gave it to them, saying, Drink ye all of it. For this is my blood of the New Testament, which is shed for many, for the remission of sins. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of this fruit of the vine, until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom.
Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praises to the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders, and great millstone who rule well. Peace and salutations as always to the elect, those of you coming back to the Most High God, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Yahweh, through the sacrifice made by his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, through whom we have received the Holy Spirit in these latter days to remember ourselves and call on those names in this grace period that we have, in hope that we will be accepted into the new covenant, where we will be perfected and no longer have to deal with these foul bodies. We will be changed and brought all the way back to the Most High through Yahweh Shai. That's what we are fighting for. And just as Yahweh Shai came on the earth as a man and had to suffer many things, go through infirmities, and fulfill his lot, now we have our lot.
1 Peter 4. For as much then as God has suffered for us in the flesh, arm yourselves likewise with the same mind. For he that hath suffered in the flesh hath ceased from sin, that he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lusts of men, but to the will of God.
For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself.
And the last thing he's going to subdue is death, which means we're never going to die. Just like Yahweh Shai can't die. He's immortal. Like he said, I live forevermore. Well, we're going to be the same way. Remember, Romans the 8th chapter, we're going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai, meaning all the things that he inherited, we're going to inherit. And one of them is immortality. Now, how powerful is that, brothers? So we're going to go from this fucked up apartment that we're in, this body. Imagine this body as being a real slum hole, okay? That's what we're in. I mean, a real slum hole. Imagine going from that to a polished mansion. How about that? A polished mansion. That's what's going to happen when Yahweh Shai comes back.
For our conversation is in heaven, from whence also we look for the Savior, the Lord, who shall change our vile body, that it may be fashioned like unto his glorious body, according to the working whereby he is able even to subdue all things unto himself.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to our younger brothers. And peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful lake out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful lake, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and what I want to get into, all right, this afternoon, dealing with the things that's been going on, especially, today, all right, where you had pretty much, IT, glitches, with different systems, okay, that run different industries, okay, dealing with, the bank, all right, emergency, response, airlines, and a few other things. And this is why this in the news is entitled One Click Away. Okay. As we see, the psyops, they're doing, with the whole Trump, situation, so-called assassination. Biden, supposedly getting ready to drop out, and Kamala being the president. So they got a lot, of distractions, psyops. But at the end of the day, it's really gonna get down to it, okay, when they shut this place down, because they showed today, all right, that this place runs on a very fragile, all right, infrastructure, okay. And what we should take from what happened today is that one click of a button, okay, can shut this thing down. And that's when it's gonna get real grimy. Cause see, no one's really talking about, no one's taking that serious, that little stunt, dealing with Trump. All right. And me personally, just speaking as a man, I don't think that they got the effect, okay, that they wanted from this whole so-called assassination. Okay. Because, people really, when they do talk about it, most of the people are talking about it stage. Okay, or you got simple niggas, all right, making a meme out of it. Okay, but other than that, no one really, that really didn't have a major effect on how people move. But when they, all right, really shut this place down, okay, we're going to see, all right, people lose it. Okay, and it's going to be within the first day. If they shut, they shut people out of their banks, and people can't use their cars or have access to, their money. Okay. People can't, purchase things, as entitled as these Americans are. Okay. And pampered, they're going to lose it within hours, man. Okay. So, that's what I took, from the day. Been watching, brothers' videos, and I got a few videos lined up. I want to go into a few things. But first, we got to start here because, all right, let me get this too since the brother got it. And Baba Gashar, bro, if you can get it in the NLT. All right, this the brother Spiritual Arc. Okay, 144K. It says 2 Corinthians 2:11. It said, at least Satan should get an advantage of us. All right, for we are not ignorant of his devices. Okay, and we know that this devil, all right, is creeping towards his NWO. All right, and what's happening, he has to fast track thing because he knows we have but a short time. All right, and one thing, that's changing, okay, this devil's agenda is the elect standing on their feet. And as the apostle Har, gave the order, all right, he put the spirit out for El Apostle Gabar, to push prayer for the destruction of this place, man. Okay. And we see ever since then, things have been happening. It's been, something, prophetic, okay, that has happened every week, since then. These last, week and a half since then, there's been major moves, all right, that's been happening. You had the NATO, declare, that it's a nuclear alliance, okay, that all NATO members, okay, are eligible to stage nuclear weapons, okay, within its borders, okay. You have Russia, they've been putting military hardware throughout, the earth, okay. You have the so-called Trump assassination, okay, and then today, what did you have? This glitch, All right, this IT glitch. Okay. So the Lord, all right, when we see things happening, okay, that's the Lord hearing our prayers, man. And then this is what we own, man. This is why we don't have time, okay, to argue with vocab about the Gentiles and Greeks, man. Okay, whether, all right, his fat ass believe it or not, that's not going to stop this from happening, man. Okay, pretty soon, okay, he's not going to have any nutrients in his body to holler in their bullhorn, man. Okay, we on to something else, man. We're praying for the destruction of this place, all right, and mercy from Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, Lord willing, we deliver, man. Okay, nothing fruitful is coming from a debate, okay, with vocab, man. Okay, now, let's go here. This is the book of Sirach, all right, chapter, I believe it's 30, is it 35? Sirach 35 and 13. It says, he will not accept any person against a poor man, but he will hear the prayer of the oppressed. Okay, and the scriptures say, as we increase in wisdom, we increase in sorrow. And see, the one thing about it, this truth being like honey in our mouth, but it's bitter in our belly. Because as we increase in wisdom, we increase in sorrow. Because as we understand righteousness, man, we really, start to see this society for what it is, man. Okay, and how oppressed we are, as a people, man. All right, verse 14 says, he will not despise the supplication of the fatherless, nor the widow when she pours out her complaint. Okay, because the fatherless and the widow represent the most vulnerable of a society, and they were subjugated, because the father, all right, and the husband, which was the breadwinner, was no longer there. And if they didn't have, uncles, some of their, her husband's brothers or uncles that was, pretty much took them in, to, to provide. Okay, they will be vulnerable. They will have to complain, to the elders and the judges, okay, about their treatment, and ultimately they will have to pray to Yahweh by Shema Shai, speaking as Israelites, and we serve a righteous power that he will intervene on their behalf. Okay, so the elect represent the vulnerable of this society, ultimately Israel, we represent the vulnerable of this society, and the elect of this society, okay, their prayers are being heard, because we have access to the Heavenly Father through who? Yahweh Shai. Okay, so the believers, the body of Yahweh Shai, have access to the throne. That's why you keep reading. It said, doth not the tears run down the widow's cheek, and is not her cry against him that causes them to fall, man. And we're constantly crying out against this devil in our prayers, man. Even when we're not praying, man, that's the vexation of this society, man. Even when we get mad at niggas, man, it's rooted, all right, in Esau. Okay? He's the mastermind he's the mastermind of the creation of a nigga, man. Okay? Through the nigga woman. Okay? So even when we cry out against our people and we see our people, as the scriptures say, that we will be a shaking of the head. You see? And you see our people in the condition they're in and the filth, that they glorify themselves in, man. It's a vexation, man. Okay? You see the alphabet, community is protected. You see all these things, man, and it's a vexation, man, and we crying out constantly, man. Lord, when are you going to take this devil down? How long is he going to be able to rule in wickedness, man, like this, and that's the cry of the elect. You see, and this is also an indicator, of the hopeful elect that we will have a mindset, that look, man, this has to fall, man. Esau has to be removed. Heathens have to be taken down. 2/3 have to be taken down. Okay, and the hopeful elect wouldn't be considered about no, they wouldn't be concerned about no rank and trying to be popular and gimmicks and trying to be debate to be seen and trying to gossip and all. And nah, man, the elect will be concerned about getting out of here, man. Okay, this is enough. Okay, of this society. We good on America. We good on the West. We good on the heathen rulership. Okay, we don't give a damn about no damn Democrat or Republic, man. Okay, tear this whole system down, man. All right, verse 16 said, "He that serveth the Lord shall be accepted with favor, and his prayers shall reach unto the clouds." Okay, and as we pray, all right, our prayers, because the chariots are likened unto clouds, and those chariots are taking these prayers to, all right, from this realm, all right, to the next realm before Yahweh Shai, and Yahweh Shai is presenting them before the Father, man, and eventually he's going to give the green light for Yahweh Shai to return. Okay, this is why he's stirring up the rest of these prophecies, because Yahweh Shai is the headliner of all these prophecies that we go into, man. Okay, verse 17 says, "The prayer of the humble pierceth the clouds, until it come nigh, he will not be comforted, and will not depart till the Most High shall behold to judge righteously and execute judgment." Okay, and who's going to execute that judgment? Yahweh Shai. Jeremiah 23:5. Okay, if a brother want to post it, it says, "For the Lord will not be slack, neither will the mighty, all right, be patient towards them, till he have smitten in sunder the loins of the unmerciful, and repaid vengeance to the heathen, till he have taken away the multitude of the proud, and broken the scepter of the unrighteous." Okay, and this is the patience and faith of the saints, man. Okay, and the scepter or the rulership of the proud and the unrighteous is finna be broken. Okay, the Most High, Yahweh B'Shem Shai, has Esau, all right, disassembling his own kingdom and hopes to build it back, stronger with his technology. Okay, well, this devil's finna lose, man. All right, because World War III is going to finish this man's kingdom while he's in the midst of disassembling his kingdom and trying to put it back together. Yahweh Shai is going to come execute judgment on this man. Okay, in the midst of this third world war. All right, well, this is what all roads are leading to. First we see, first, all right, a major stop on that road to Yahweh Shai's second coming is the MOT being mandated. Okay, and then as Apostle Elder Apostle Hart has been saying, when that MOTB is mandated, things are going to go into hyper mode, man. Things are going to move quickly, man. Okay, and it says, "Till he have rendered to every man according to his deeds, and to the works of men according to their devices, till he have judged the cause of his people, and made them rejoice in his mercy," man. All right, as it says in Revelation, the 15th chapter, how, we will be, singing a song of victory, the song of Moses in those chariots, man. Okay, when the Lord had fulfilled, his vengeance against the wicked. All right, so I got a few videos I want to get into. Okay, and we'll go from there. All right, let's read this real quick, brother. Yeah, brother got this in the NLT. This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. The brother GMS Spiritual Arc. It says, "So that Satan will not outsmart us, for we are familiar with his evil schemes." Okay, we know how the devil gets down. All right, we know about his gimmicks. We know about his psyops. Okay, when it comes to particular things, that he pushes on his media, we understand his end game. Okay, and that's that. When you understand the end game, you can see through, all right, the trickery and witchcraft. When you understand the end game, like all these things, all right, are this devil, setting it up to implement his NWO. All right, and the major part of it is everyone, all right, getting their MOTB. Okay, so these little events and stunts, that he's pulling, okay, is all right, geared towards him bringing in a new system, so he's going to sabotage and, right, dismantle this old system, and, and he already has a solution and the fix, all right, for this old system, man. Okay, so I want to get this because I got quite a few videos, because what they've done, okay, is set up Trump, okay, as some type of great white hope, some type of messiah against what they call the deep state. Okay, well, nah, that's not the case, man. All right, Donald Trump, okay, is full on board, all right, with the elites. He's a puppet. Okay, mostly everyone we see on TV is a character, okay, set up, all right, by the elites. Okay, so I want to go here to show you that these Edomites, these red-blooded Americans, have a false hope, okay, in Trump, and they're going to be extremely disappointed. Okay, we're going to see the disappointment, all right, going into, these elections, and, make America great again, that whole mantra. Okay, it's all false hope. Okay, and Trump, all right, a character is to get you Americans, all right, you red-blooded, patriotic, conservative Christian Americans to buy into this system, man. Okay, that's what Trump is being propped up for. Okay, that's the so-called assassination. These things, all right, are geared towards a narrative that the elites, all right, want to push forward, through their media, man, which is a form of witchcraft. All right, so let's play this, a little bit of this, and then I got a couple more videos I want to get into, and then from Brother Could post Proverbs 25 and 19. Yeah, Proverbs 25 and 19, Bible Shop.
Welcome to today's interview on Brighteon.com. As our republic stands in the middle of a crisis created by radical leftists and, of course, an incompetent Parkinson's patient president who is now attacking the United States Supreme Court and its decisions that reaffirmed the legal immunity that all presidents enjoy when they're engaged in official duties. Our guest today is Ann Vandersteel, who has a lot to say about that situation, plus Operation Burning Edge and a new docuseries that's coming out later this month on July 20th at Brighteon University. And Ann is a big part of that documentary. And Ann, welcome to the show. You've done amazing work exposing the ongoing illegal invasion and occupation of these United States of America. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, Mike. It's great to be with you. And yes, I appreciate you calling it these United States, because that is in fact what our founding fathers intended. Brilliant.
Yes. Yeah. Well, exactly. And it looks like these states may be reasserting their own statehood sovereignty again pretty soon, kind of the way things are going. What do you think?
Well, I think it's about time. I mean, we're seeing some pretty extraordinary decisions coming out of the Supreme Court. It has been long overdue to actually have the Supreme Court stand with the people. The Fisher decision a couple of weeks ago with respect to the obstruction of justice charge, which will clearly help liberate a lot of political hostages wasting away in DC gulags. That was the 1512 obstruction of justice charge, and prior to that, the terrorism enhancement. And then, of course, followed on by what we now see as decimation of the administrative state, with the Chevron doctrine being overturned.
Absolutely.
That was something that was long overdue. And so we're starting to see the path get cleared for patriots to regain sovereignty, regain control of the government. After all, the Constitution's clear on that, we the people. But in that same breath, Mike, this, Texas has always stood on the fact that the Republic of Texas is still a thing. It's recognized by the treaty between the UK and the United States. So therefore, the Republic of Texas can still stand. And frankly, she should. And we're starting to hear rumblings about that across the country, where we've got 50 governors in standby positions to restore their de jure republic state, whatever that state may be. I'm hearing Tennessee could be first. So, we are at that moment in time where we are rebirthing our beautiful republic. And it's going to be reflective poetically in about 200 years when they look back at all of us and go, wow, those crazy cats actually did something good.
I like how you use the term.
So you see, you have a portion, okay, of these Edomites, okay, these Republicans, talking about they're taking their republic back, but they have no idea, okay. The elites have so many things set in place, all right, that you can't prepare for, and the Lord is using the elites as a tool, okay. The Lord is using the elites as a tool, all right, to punish, okay, the world, mainly here in America, man, because the New World Order, all right, doesn't consist of a strong and liberated America. No, the New World Order, all right, is a very submissive and oppressive, all right, tyrannical digital rulership. Okay, and everything that America stands for, all these rights and privileges that citizens have in America, it stands in the way. Okay, America would not enjoy, the Constitution, and, the different rights and privileges and ownership. Nah, man, they want you Americans to be a global citizen in this digital, all right, tyranny, man. Okay, so let's get this. All right, but you got a lot of these devils. They're finna be disappointed. They're very optimistic about this devil Trump. Okay, in which that's what the elites want. Now, if a brother could also put the definition for optimistic. Okay, this Proverbs 25:19, the brother GMS Spiritual Art. It says, confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. Okay, and these people are leaning, on the presidency of Donald Trump, okay, to fix, what they say the liberals have, broken, because the liberals, they're radical when it comes to, these alternate lifestyles. They're radical, under the liberals, they're against the police, they're for, like I say, just all these weird, lifestyles, transformers. Okay, degenerate niggas, like you're able to just what they call snatch and grab, grab and go. Niggas just get to break in the stores and can't do anything, and it's just a big shit show. Okay, and then their mind, Trump is coming to clean up the place, man. Okay, and he is coming to clean up the place, but it's not how you people think. Okay, he's going to be doing the bidding of the elites. He's going to gain your trust. He's going to take you fast, man. Okay, so you say these Edomites are optimistic, okay, with this hope in Trump, but he's going to show you that he's an unfaithful man to the people. Okay, these higher ups, okay, these technocrats, these tech giants, they're all right under the allegiance, under the order of the elite bankers that make this place go, man, through finances and witchcraft, man. Okay, so I got another video. Let me cue this one up. Now this is about what was going on today. All right, so he's gonna go into it, and all right, so he's going to expound on it, and we'll touch on some things, all right, that he's saying, but he makes some pretty good points. Okay, he took a little shot at the prophets, all right, but we just use these alternative news sites, for particular information, because everything is set up, okay, for the elect. But let me get this word real quick too. All right. So when you get this word real quick. So when you get this word optimistic, okay, which, just the word optimistic, it says a hopeful and confident, all right, hopeful and confident about the future. Okay, and you can hear it in that little Edomite woman's voice that she's very hopeful and confident about the future under the banner, of a Republican candidate. Okay, and you go into some of these synonyms. Okay, it says a cheerful, positive, hopeful, always expecting the best. Okay, promising. All right, reassuring, favorable. Okay, and this is how they feel. Okay, going into this election. Okay, which if these elections happen, all right, Trump is a sure win. Okay, because of the Democrat Party. Okay, they can't scrape up a candidate, man. Okay, so these, it's pretty much, you see these Republicans high stepping, going into November in hopes, that Trump is going to come in and do a 180, of this society. All right, the brother got another definition. All right, Geomet Spiritual Arc 144K. It says optimistic, a person who is inclined to be hopeful and expect good outcomes. Someone who is given to optimism. Okay, and they expect, some miraculous outcome from these elections with Trump getting in office. But nah, man. Okay, Trump, all right, is just a puppet. He's a peon and he only knows so much. All right, someone like Trump is on the need to know basis, man. Okay, he has no true authority. All right, and just like the elder brother Required Quorum said, if they wanted, all right, to reach out and touch Trump, we wouldn't be, we wouldn't, Trump wouldn't be riding around with a Band-Aid on his ear. Okay, if they wanted that guy out of there. Okay, if they wanted him in prison, he wouldn't be free. Okay, but nah, he's a character, all right, within this false narrative that they want to push to the masses, man. Okay, so let's go here. Get to this guy. My guy called, man. I had lost his channel. He used to have, a few channels on YouTube, but they be on him pretty tough. All right. But he's a guy that's not bought into, the false left-right paradigm of Republican and Democrats. He's not he's not bought into it. Okay, so let's let this play. We'll go from there. And this is dealing with what was going on today.
Welcome, everyone, to the Wake Up Call channel. Are you seeing a pattern yet? Are you seeing what's coming? They tell you ahead of time what's coming. And we have yet another global tech outage that's affecting airlines, businesses, hospitals, banks, and even once again, 911. Because what better way could you cause chaos to bring an order? Because remember, the motto of these secret societies is order out of chaos, divide and conquer. Well, everybody's already divided. We're all kind of just waiting for them to bring about the conquering because it's coming. But the order out of chaos, this is how they're going to do it. They are going to use a major global tech outage because they know that people cannot live or function without their technology. In fact, we've allowed them to gain so much control over our lives because we've gotten comfortable with the internet and with their technology. And that's
And technology has become an idol, because even when you go into Revelation 13 leading up, to the MOTB prophecy, it speaks about, how people marvel at this man's miracles, man. Okay. And if a brother could, poster or the Revelation 13 verses 14 through 17. You know, any prophecy about shit hitting the fan, you know, civil unrest, you know, second Esdras, you know, we can put all that up there, you know. You know, the doors, you know, there shall be no work in Egypt, the grinding shall cease, you know, we can put all those precepts, you know, on the board. All right, well, let's let it play.
That's exactly what they've wanted. There is a lot to unravel with this story. But before I show you some of the news clips, remember, this is happening continually. There is repetition here. We have seen 911 outages across America over the last couple of months. I've talked about that, and nobody's been suspicious of it. We've seen predictive programming with the Purge films, with Leave the World Behind. That is what they're attempting to create here. And they don't need to gaslight you or do other things to cause this chaos. All they need to do is press the off switch and let everybody who is already unhinged because of all of the stuff that they're putting out every single day in the media to divide us and gaslight us. Once everything is off for a period of time, chaos will ensue. But listen to the news anchors talk about all of the stuff that's happening around America, including people showing up to ATMs, not being able to access their money, people not being able to call 911, people stuck and stranded in airports, all because we've allowed technology to gain control over our day-to-day lives.
Affecting us here at home, nationally, and globally.
You drive everything we do.
Hey folks, this is Steven with Fillmore Buick GMC.
We are being told by the Associated Press that there is a global internet outage, and it's an issue affecting everything from airlines, banks, airports, media outlets, including us. Right now, we too are experiencing a lot of technical difficulties because of this outage. It's something that is affecting, like I said, airlines, banks, media, offices from US all the way to Australia. I want to get right to the very latest that we're getting when it comes to airlines. Airlines affected that we know at this hour. Delta and United flights have been grounded. Airports that are currently closed: LaGuardia, Aspen Airport there in Colorado, Milwaukee Mitchell International Airport, Boston Logan, Harry Reid International Airport in Las Vegas, the U.S. Virgin Islands, and Sonoma County Airport in California. We're working right now to try to get in contact with Palm Beach International, Fort Lauderdale, and of course, Miami Airport to see what it means for us here at home. Something else affected. Right now, we're talking about 911 services. 911 is experiencing communication malfunctions. Again, we are not confirming that this is tied to this global outage, but right now it's all coming at the same time. Right now, we do not know when this will be back up. This all started happening around just after 1 a.m. Again, we're talking airlines, airports, banks. Right now, a situation here, we're able to connect to the internet, but we're told there's some kind of malfunction when it comes to a global cyber outage, an internet outage in many, many areas of the world, impacting us, the United States, through Australia.
Now, one of the other things we're hearing, banks are also being affected by this outage. Our news crew has been out on the roads this morning trying to take a look at this. We've got some video of ATM machines down. We spotted out of service messages on ATMs at Commerce Bank on Washington Avenue and Bank of America on St. Louis Avenue. Now, the Bank of America ATMs did recommend that customers visit other locations, but from what we're seeing, this seems to be a widespread issue. We're also hearing some reports of outages at some U.S. bank ATMs. Now, we have been contacting our local hospital systems across the bi-state to find out whether they're dealing with some disruptions this morning. Just moments ago, Touche Regional Hospital, that's in Coquia Heights, did confirm with our newsroom they are experiencing technical issues. Actually, just minutes ago, we got confirmation that the hospital has switched to recording data on paper because of these issues. Now, they do say they're still able to fully care for patients. Now, we are getting information. Like I said, this is a widespread issue from the Associated Press. We're hearing that ADT security systems also dealing with problems this morning because of this outage. So if you have this system, maybe for your home or your business, you may want to check on the status of that this morning. Visa, Amazon also experiencing some problems, according to the Associated Press.
All right. So, we've been tracking some of the people across the world talking about this outage, and you can kind of see on the screen there. We're just seeing a lot of scenes from airports right now. A lot of people have been stuck overnight in airports. This is scenes from the Delhi airport after that Microsoft outage there. Just incredible pictures as people are waiting to figure out, okay, can I get on my plane? Where can I go? Stuck on the tarmac at LAX because of a minor service card field. Okay, I'm not going to read all that. But anyway, the point is that there are a lot of people right now having some major travel issues.
So for anybody that's not paying attention, this is all being done by design. They've created a boogeyman.
And so you see how, all these, entities are tied in together, ADT, 911, okay, airlines, Visa, okay. And they're getting ready to collapse these things, man. And they do things like this for a trial run, to get people's reactions, okay, to get real-time data, So they do these things as a trial run, but eventually it's going to be the real deal, man. Okay? It's going to be a situation where it's going to be a day 1, day 2. No one is going to have access to their money. No one is going to have access to the internet. Okay, no one is going to have access to travel. Flights will be grounded. Okay, gas stations will not be, I know it was a few gas stations this morning that was only accepting cash, man. Okay, hospitals, you said they had to go back to writing on paper. All right, so these devils, this is why the title of this in the news is one click away, man. And then see, what people don't understand, when Esau does these glitches, they have a ripple effect. They be trials, but when you shut down, this many things at the same time, it throws everything off. It has a ripple effect, man. You see? So we're seeing, all right, this devil, pretty much beginning to tweak, okay, this next shutdown, man. Okay, was that Matthew 16? Let's get some of these precepts, and we're gonna keep going. Let's get this one. Yep, it's the brother Yahshua, my tribe of Judah, Ecclesiastes 9 and 12. It says, people can never predict when hard times might come, like a fish in a net or birds in a trap. People are caught by sudden tragedy. Hey, that's heavy, man, because there's a major trap that has been set. Okay, and one of the most, one of the biggest trap that this devil, has set up is this technology, man. People's dependency on technology. Okay, there's people that make a living from their cell phone. All right, OnlyFans, gig workers. Okay, all these different businesses, and everything is done by a device. Okay, so the trap, okay, or the snare of this technology, and one of the things that allure people into this technology is convenience. Because your phone is like a little assistant. It's like your personal secretary. People pretty much operate from their phone, and that's why, when AT&T shut down, what did you have, man? People was in the streets immediately. Okay, people didn't take to the streets when so-called, the so-called assassination on Trump. No, nobody take to the streets. They put up a few memes. All right, they put 50 Cent song in the background, Mini Man. Okay, Jake calling, Trump a real nigga. I'm voting for Trump. A real nigga. He got 3 baby mama, got shot. He like us. Simple as hell. Okay. But when those phones went down, that time, all right, people started to rush them stores, man. Okay. Let me see if we can find some, get some more precepts. And if a brother can get the definition for a Lord too as well. Okay. Let me see if I can find something real quick. Let's see. I think that was like a few months ago. Let me see about those AT&T outages. See if they play something. I'm gonna get a few more of these precepts. All right. So let's go here. All right, this is on the Brother GMS Spiritual Arc 144, Isaiah 24, 9 and 10. It says, they shall not, matter of fact, let me start up. I see the brother got the, yep. This is Isaiah 24 and 8. It says, the mirth of the tabernacles, all right, the tabernacle ceased. The noise of them that rejoiceth ended. The joy of the harp ceased. And that's going to be due when this man really shuts this thing down. Okay? When he really collapsed his grid. When he really collapsed his money, when he collapsed his grid, and when it comes up, there's no more money in the bank accounts because he got so many scapegoats he can use. Cyber warfare. Iran took the money. Russia. They was mad about their sanctions, so they robbed the American people. Like he got so many scapegoats, and that he can put this on. Okay, so the stage is set, and not to mention. He got all those immigrants, which, I believe that those are mercenaries and UN troops, okay, which are being flown into, all right, Central and South America, okay, and they're transporting into the Americas through the southern border, okay, and it's just millions of them pouring in as we speak, okay, and you see a complaint here or there, but for the most part, everyone, Esau has people all over the place with these distractions, man. Okay. This is verse 9. It says, they shall not drink wine, all right, with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Yeah, because right now, even though there's people catching hell with inflation, all right, one thing about these Americans, they're going to budget. All right, party. These Americans are going to debt. All right, to party and hang out. Okay, so until it's impossible for them to do these things, they're going to continue. But eventually, the Lord is going to put the spirit on Esau, all right, to be that cruel tyrant in Isaiah 19 and shut this thing down, man. Okay, it said the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Yeah, man, houses going to be boarded up. Okay, people are going to be trying to turn their houses into a fort. Okay, you're going to see just like in these movies, man. Okay, and he's been programming people, predictive programming. Okay, people with these different movies, man. Okay, of things hitting the fan, civil unrest. All right, verse 11 says, there is a crying for wine in the street. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Okay, and there's going to be a crying for understanding. You see, and this is why wisdom and knowledge shall be our stability in these times. We're going to be sustained. Okay, this is why we constantly go over these prophecies, man. okay, and report on these things because hey, we're rehearsing what's to come. Okay, but when this technology is stripped away from these people, and he's going to present them, see, he's going to strip away these phones, and the next technology he's going to present is going to be under the skin. Okay, so he's going to strip away the technologies of the phone and tablets and that's why Microsoft is involved in this, man. Okay, going into the word micro, which is small, soft, okay, software, and that small software is going to be that C-hip that he wants to put in you, man. Okay, which is going to so you can leave your phone to where you can't be tracked. Okay, but not that device. Okay, and we're going to go deeper into the system that they want to set up. Okay, so we'll play this and then we'll get some more of you brothers precepts. Okay, I want to get here because the brother brought that out about Ecclesiastes 9:2, how people are pretty much just hanging in the snare. Esau has this trap set up in the earth. Okay, because when you go to a trap, the thing about a trap is deception. Okay, so when you go like a fish, when you go fishing, what do? You put a worm on the hook. Well, the fish just is looking at the worm. So in the mind of a fish, the fish finna come up. Okay, it's been lured, okay, into a trap based on this lust. Okay, and this is why Esau, he's going to present this NWO as a come up. Okay, you go into the word allure, it says allure, the quality of being powerfully and mysteriously attractive or fascinating, man. And people already worship the beast. They worship his image. Okay, you gotta think like niggas worship this lifestyle to where they can just go pop different women and not have the responsibility and hang out and drink and lay up. Like niggas worship that, because street culture is still glorified amongst niggas. Be popular in the neighborhood. Okay, roaming from house to house, like niggas worship that lifestyle. Or niggas that's actually out here getting money in this wickedness, man, they worship that, man. The women, they're able to, especially if they look a particular way. That's why you have these women going to get these surgeries, because based on how you look, okay, you can live a certain lifestyle in this beast system, man. Okay, you can have an OnlyFans and be a trash mother, no wife qualities, okay, a trash person in general, and you can come up, okay, because you got society full of perverts and simps that are fun, that pretty much finance your lifestyle, man. Okay, these people worship this way of living, man. Okay, so Esau has allured people in, into this ancient Roman, all right, this pagan Roman culture of bread and circus and just buffet on your flesh. Okay, to where people are extremely attracted and fascinated to this, man. Okay, but he's going to snatch it away, and he's going to present that C-hip as a way to get the party back started, man. Okay, so let's play some more of this.
In your mind, they want you to believe that these types of things are normal, and they want you to believe, well, who's responsible for the outage? Well, it's just some guy in a basement somewhere in Russia who has nothing better to do, of course. That's who's responsible for it, because some guy who has no motive whatsoever for innocent civilians around the world apparently has a motive to shut off the power, to shut off their electronics, to make it so that they can't call 911, so people literally are just dying who need emergency services. Yeah, that's the motive of them. Of course not. This is the motive of the global government. For those of you that are stumbling upon my channel, who are still stuck in the left-right paradigm, it's time to remove yourself from it. Democrats and Republicans in America are working together to bring about a new order. They are deceiving you by pretending that they are against one another so that you're against your fellow civilian and citizen instead of rising up against what is clearly tyranny that's occurring. Right now, we are seeing them continually work this narrative and this theme of a massive global outage. And this is not something new. This is something that's been occurring. Let me show you them at the World Economic Forum. Let me show you them out of their own mouths, the FBI in America. They're all talking about over and over and over again how not a matter of if a cybersecurity attack occurs on the United States of America, it's just a matter of when. And of course, you don't see them doing anything to stop it or prevent it or telling us what person or group could be behind it because they don't need to explain. They're just preparing you for it when they decide to wake up, which they probably have a date already set, and press the off switch. These are all experimental trial runs to make sure that they could shut everything off at once that they want to see how much chaos they can cause, and to see how you react to it. Kind of like if you were doing an experiment on something, a rat, a mouse, like we see them do in quote unquote science all the time. They do these experiments to see how the mouse would react to the chemical it's putting in its body, or the maze that they put them in and taser them and do all this other inhumane stuff with. Well, you're the experiment that they're working on. They're watching how you respond to these things. And you might say, well, how would they know how I'm responding? Well, social media is literally, and the internet is your consciousness in a sense, because you're uploading your thoughts to the internet around the clock and they're monitoring it. But look at some of the programming that we've seen from the World Economic Forum where they've talked about us being prepared for this. And remember, the notion of a great reset, everybody out there, especially the alt-right media who is continually gatekeeping, is trying to make you think that the great reset already occurred. They want you to think the great reset had to do with that outbreak that occurred a few years ago. It did not occur with that. That was a part of the reset. There are stages and steps in this to Agenda 2030, which many believe is now Agenda 2025. And don't forget my video about Project 2025 and how that looks in coordinates with Agenda 2030. But their foot is on the gas pedal. And one of the steps that they need is a major grid shutdown for a reset. People go, well, why would they ever do that? They'll lose control over people. For a temporary period of time, they'll lose control. But their narrative will still be getting fed because people will have radios and they'll be feeding them a narrative that it's Russia or it's China. And they'll fall for it hook, line, and sinker because they'll have nothing else they could depend on other than their radio or word of mouth from a neighbor or somebody who's getting fed government propaganda, blaming it on some boogeyman somewhere else, so that people at home don't realize it's their own government doing it. But remember, a reset also includes your bank account. It also includes many of these other things that they can only do with a large permanent grid shutdown. And by permanent, I mean a few months. So then when we come back online, you're going to be more compliant. You're going to be willing to get a digital ID and do as the government says so that you can get back online.
And if they shut this place down for months, the grid down for months, okay, there's going to be a lot of death. And remember, there's a depopulation agenda as well, okay, which he's going to expound on when he goes into the Leave the World Behind. You know, that Jake, the main character in the movie, I can't think of his name, all right, but he's pretty much going to expound on what they want to happen, you know, when the grid shuts down. It's going to be a purge atmosphere, man. Okay, it's going to be a lot of civil unrest, you know. So now Second Ezra 16 and 21. Let's get that, you know. Let's get that as well. 21 and 22, I want to say. All right, but they shut the 2 weeks. You know, violence is going to go mayhem. All right, because the average person, you know, is living day to day. You know, people DoorDash. You know, people don't really make groceries like that. Okay, people, you know, are very wasteful in this society. You know, no one's really, you know, moves economical. You know, people really don't have, you know, storehouses of food. Okay, so we're going to see, and then grocery stores have what, a 3-day supply. So when the trucks stop, you know, it won't take long, and people start panic buying. All right, and that panic buying is going to get violent. Okay, you think you're going to be able to walk in the house, okay, and you know, you walk into the house with all these groceries, you know, your knees wobbling. You got so many groceries, You know, like you deadlifting. You know, you think you're just gonna be a walk in the house, like, you know, and people don't have a clue of what's to be next. Okay, and that's why faith is gonna be a sustainer in that day, man. You know, in these times. So let's play some more.
Everything could be back online without any type of hacking, because there'll be more security measures in place so that these things don't occur in the future. And you won't think anything of it. You'll just be thrilled to have the internet back on. But the reality of the matter is they're going to be doing this when we hear about the Great Reset and owning nothing and being happy. Well, when your bank account hits zero, as you see in some of those clips where you can't even access the ATM, what are you going to do about it? What do you think most of these weak civilians are going to do about it? They're going to do nothing, because their next door neighbor's also going to be at zero. And the guy across the street's also going to be at zero. And that's the point, while these people hide underground. But listen to some of the stuff right out of the mouths of the World Economic Forum, where they're telling you that this major cyber attack is going to come. It's going to be worse than the outbreak, but they're not going to tell you who's responsible for it. They're just telling you it's coming because they're the ones who are behind it.
A Global Security Outlook Report 2023. This is a result of research in collaboration with the forum's communities and our partner Accenture, which we've interviewed and sought input from over 300 executives globally. The most striking finding that we found is that 93% of cyber leaders and 86% of cyber business leaders believe that the geopolitical instability makes a catastrophic cyber event likely in the next 2 years.
But still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services. Our society as a whole would be seen in this respect as a small disturbance in comparison to a major cyber attack.
And again, if you don't know what this looks like, the predictive programming has been out there. I've talked about, and that's available over on the website. I've talked about Leave the World Behind. Okay, I've talked about the predictive programming in that, and my breakdowns on that film and all the stuff involving Barry Soetoro, aka Barack Obama, are available on uprisinglives.com, along with my thousands of other videos that show you that these things are coming in advance. They tell you these things. You don't need to find a YouTube prophet or anybody else out there. You have to critically, consciously be watching and observing what they're telling you.
So yeah, he threw a shot. Yeah, talking about the YouTube prophets. All right, because at the end of the day, man, everyone is watching the prophets. Okay, everyone is riding a wave of prophecy. Okay, and this guy, you know, he's a Christian, and he tries to, when he tries to go into the Bible, he goes way left. You know, he's good when it comes to bringing out, you know, secular information, you know, because he doesn't, you know, believe in that false left-right paradigm. All right, but just like the rest of them, you know, I believe he's more of the sincere, you know, like there's also a, you know, a bunch of sellouts and alternative news as well. Okay, but, you know, he seems, you know, more authentic. All right, but just for information's sake, you know, we bring particular things out. All right, but at the end of the day, you know, everyone is singing the tune of prophecy, man. Okay, everyone is riding the waves of the prophecies of Yahweh B'Shem Al-Shai, and the men that the Lord put the spirit on to break these things down. You can't get around it. Okay, and this is, like I said, this is why we don't have time, all right, to deal with Pillsbury Doughboy vocab, man. Okay, it's way bigger things at stake. Okay, and the Lord is not waiting on vocab to accept us being Israelites to go with his move. Okay, that's unnecessary, man. Okay, so let's keep it moving. Let's go to this. A few more minutes play, then we get some of you brothers' precepts. See you brothers lighting it up.
They reveal themselves as part of universal law. They show you this stuff coming. They tell you this stuff. And everybody out there keeps seeking YouTube prophets and Christian prophets, they are showing you this stuff. They're revealing themselves. You have to pay attention. And that's part of the reason that all of my videos have been removed from all of these platforms, is because they keep doing it because they don't want you to wake up to what's going on. So those videos are available on uprisinglives.com. So leave the world behind. Obviously, everybody out there knows. They don't understand Barry Soetoro, Barack Obama's involvement in it. And they don't think for 1 second that it's suspicious at all that the movie about shutting down the grid and a massive outage around the United States of America, why would Barack Obama, Barry Soetoro, know anything about that? Does he have a background in tech and IT? What would he know about? Well, he wouldn't know anything about it other than the script that they're going to play on you, because this stuff is all planned out beforehand and they condition you with these movies. But Barry Soetoro knows exactly what's coming, and they show it to you in that film, as well as the Purge movies, where they use predictive programming of a world with 911 is all off, no emergency services, everything is shut down and chaos ensues, right? Here's some of the predictive programming that's been out there from these films, which are really showing you what's coming more so than anything else.
Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable. Police, fire, and emergency medical services will be unavailable.
We are seeing ongoing cyber attacks across the country.
What just happened here is happening everywhere. We need to get to that bunker Danny told us about, and we need to get there now. You know something? I had a sneaking suspicion, but I wanted more information first. All the signs were there, sure, but I didn't want to scare anyone. Call me crazy because it is crazy. It would have made more sense if we were on the brink of an all-out invasion. I didn't think we'd actually let something like this happen. I thought we were smarter than that. My primary client works in the defense sector. I spent a lot of time cost-benefit analysis of military campaigns. There was one program in particular that terrified my client the most. A simple 3-stage maneuver that could topple a country's government from within. The first stage was isolation. Disable their communication and transportation. Make the target as deaf, dumb, and paralyzed as possible. For the second stage, synchronized chaos. Terrorize them with covert attacks and misinformation. Warming their defense capabilities, leaving their weapon systems vulnerable to extremists in their own military. Without a clear enemy or motive, people would start turning on each other. The third stage would happen on its own. What's the third stage? A coup d'etat. Civil war. Collapse. This program was considered the most cost-effective way to destabilize a country. Because if the target nation was dysfunctional enough, it would, in essence, do the work for you. Whoever started this wants us to finish it.
Wait now. All the roads are blocked. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do right now. I can barely do anything without my cell phone and my GPS. I am made useless, man.
So that's what they're programming you for.
Let's get some more precepts, because as you know, just to expound on what that Jake was saying from Leave the World Behind. All right, he was pretty much going into how pretty much when they collapse this thing, that's going to isolate everyone, cut the communications, cut people's resources off, and it's going to have them isolate, travel, which here it is. They're constantly showing you all these signs, and people, are constantly, buying the Teslas and electric cars, and they're constantly showing you, man. Okay, they put it in your face. If you got an electric car, at the end of the day, hey, the elect gonna be all right. Okay, and you got 10 electric cars. If you're part of the elect, you're gonna be good. All right, but these people are walking to the tune, okay, of this snare that's been laid by the elites. Okay, so he said stage 1 is to shut down the grid. All right, and then, all right, pretty much isolate everyone through, no travel, no communication. Okay, and then after that, covert attacks, and that's where you got your UN, okay, troops that's already here. You got your different mercenaries that's already here. Okay, which is going to cause, a lot of infighting. I think that's is that 2nd Ezra 13 and 30. 2nd Ezra 13 and 30. One ram against another one. So you have those covert attacks, from within the different military personnel, foreign military personnel that's already here. Okay, and I believe it's tens of millions of them. All right, because as the elites have, impoverished, these foreign countries. Okay, these men, this is an opportunity. Like these these foreign military personnel over here. Hey, this is a great opportunity for them, man. It's easy for the elites to put all type of money in their accounts. They gonna come over here and get busy, man. They over here to get busy. Then the Lord gonna have a spirit on them. Okay, so you're gonna have those covert attacks, and then within that, the people is gonna turn on itself. Okay, and then you're gonna have a civil war. Okay, so people are going to be doing the job for the elites to destabilize and depopulize this American population, man. Okay, and when it get to a certain point, hey, they can just flip the switch back on. Okay, with the solution of the sea hill. You see? So these are the times we in, and see, this is one click away. At any moment, they can shut this thing down, man, and go. Okay? So let's get a few precepts. I know you brothers. All right, I got one more, to show you, the in depth the system that they want to bring. All right, this is let's see. This is the brother Yashima tribe of Judah. Okay, where it go? Okay, yep, here you go. All right, and if you can post 2nd Ezra at 15 and or 20 as well. Really post 16. Yeah, let's get 16. This 18. Okay, let's get 2nd Ezra 16 through 20. It's 15. This verse 17, 18. I go here and read that. This is 2nd Ezra 15 and 17 says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay, because they're going to have checkpoints. They're going to, and they already have it set up to where they can rapidly shut down, bridges. Okay, shut down particular highways that, cross state lines. Okay, I'll say the gas stations are going to be, all right, obsolete. Okay, these electric cars are going to be finished. They're going to be shut down. Okay, because they connected, to this grid. Okay, so they already have this thing planned out, man. That's why there's so much incentive. Even when you do different gig jobs, there's an incentive, okay, for you to have an electric car, man. Okay, this is being pushed from up top. All right, to have more control of the masses going into, all right, this next Black Swan event. Okay, 2nd Ezra 15 and 18. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, and you look at this society, especially these pampered Americans, man, they not built, for any tribulation, man. Okay, there's no resilience in these people, man. These people live for the flesh. They live to be popular. They live to be seen, to go viral. Okay, these soft men, okay, that America has produced, okay, through, all right, the matriarch. Okay, they're gonna crumble in these times, man. Okay, we're gonna see how valued these men are. Okay, just because they make a certain salary, all right, they have a certain type of clout. We're going to see. Okay, so this is another one. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouse shall suddenly be found empty. Remember, there's only 3 days worth of supply in these stores, and then you think those people working at the stores ain't gonna be racking up? Okay, you think the police are going to try to keep law and order when their bank accounts are zeroed out. Okay? Police gonna turn on the people, man. They gonna form little cliques, man, because it's gonna be about survival, man. Okay? This fake love that you Americans, toss around. Okay? This fake Christian love that you Americans boast in, it's not gonna hold up to these times, man, because Christianity it doesn't give you a foundation for this, man. Okay? Because Christianity doesn't deal with prophecy, man. Okay? So I'm gonna get ready to cue this next video. Like I said, if a brother could, I think that's second Esdras. I might just get it on the phone. But the second Esdras, I think it's 13 and 30. All right. I'm gonna cue this up. Let me make sure that's what it is. Second Esdras 13. Yeah, second Esdras 13 verses 30 and 31. Matter of fact, I'm here. And I'll just read it. This second Esdras on 13 and 30 says, and he shall come, and that he is Yahushua, to the astonishment of them that dwell on the earth. And one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another, man. So the longer that this grid shuts down, okay, it's going to be extremely violent, especially over here in America, man, but in all these Western countries, man, in the world. But America is going to be the worst because America has more guns than people. There's more guns on the streets than people. Okay? You see that with Sakari, each Sakari, remember, had about 9 guns. Okay? So there's more guns than people. So it's going to get extremely, violent, okay, in America, man. The longer this thing, plays out, all right, you're going to have different cliques and different militias, okay, that form, okay, to try to survive. Okay? So let's go to this one. Go to this video. Now this here, all right, with I think her name Catherine Austin Fitts, and she used to be she worked for the White House in the financial sector. Okay, I forgot which president, but she worked in the White House in the financial sector, and she dealt with those elite bankers, so she really knows, all right, she really has insight of where this money system is going. Okay, because this chaos is going to herd people into this. Now, this video is about a month, about 6 weeks old, but, she goes, she has that good insight on the system that they're setting up to herd people into. See, this chaos is meant to herd people into this digital system, okay, governed by the MOTB, that CHIP, okay? So let's play some of this. It's 414, call Allah how about Shemal Shah 144. We're gonna be all right, man. Our Baratazah, the elect gonna be all right. We just gotta pray, and keep fighting to be a part of it, man. Putting on the elect,
Hi, and welcome to World War Z. I'm your host, Maria Z. This week, I conducted a vitally important interview on InfoWars with investment banker and former staffer under the Bush administration, Catherine Austin Fitts, exposing the globalist banking coup and race towards digital ID and digital currency worldwide. With the current spate of laws worldwide and implementation of digital ID in every country, what she has to say about the control that this will give the globalists is imperative for everyone to hear. so that we can stop it before it happens. This broadcast today is brought to you by the Satellite Phone Store, connecting millions of people worldwide with secure, encrypted communication that you can trust. Don't be caught without a way to contact your loved ones or emergency services worldwide if and when they take out the grid. Prepare you and those that you care for with the Satellite Phone Store anywhere in the world. They ship globally, or you can visit any one of their stores if you're in the US, which are listed on their website, sat123.com. Let them know Maria Z sent you. That's sat123.com. We'll be back after this short break. Thank you so much, Alex. Every single day that InfoWars is able to continue broadcasting is a blessing to humanity and absolutely much needed. It's because of InfoWars that we can have enormous discussions like we're about to have today with Catherine Austin Fitts, who I've been itching to speak to again ever since Australia passed digital ID legislation. She is an investment banker and she worked under the Bush administration. She's currently reporting from Europe, joining us live. Catherine Austin Fitts, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hey, Marie, it's great to be on with you again.
It's great to see you. Well, we have so much to discuss today. We have huge advances in the digital ID realm. As I emailed you, I said, I need to get you on ASAP. Australia just passed digital ID. The world needs to know what this means, not just for Australia, but for every single country. Advances in central bank digital currency. We have some interesting things happening with the elections in Europe. So I'd really love, first and foremost, to get your insight into the advances on digital ID, specifically after Australia just passed this. How many countries are getting ready to implement this tyranny, Catherine?
So there is a process going on through the BIS, and it's called through innovation hubs. And you have 114 countries prototyping, testing, trying in various stages, most of them very early stages, Maria. The Commonwealth countries are pushing very aggressively and very hard. And if you look at the polls, the population has absolutely no interest. So you would say there's a real marketing problem here. We had the G20 meeting in New Delhi in September, and all of the G20 nations working through the Indian finance minister pledged allegiance to the Bank of International Settlement construct of digital IDs and central bank digital currencies.
So your governments, all right, have already, pledged, okay, these different nations under the central bank, okay, digital currency that they're getting ready to roll out. Okay, so the governments are all in. You see, and the chaos is going to be to thin the herd of the people and to get, the people of these nations to buy in. The governments are already locked in. Okay, there's no government that's resisting. All right, this new order. All right, of the elite bankers, man. Okay, the chaos is going to be to, thin the herd of the sheeple and get the remainder, all right, to be terrified, okay, and to trust in this new way and buy into this new system. Okay. And they're just gathering information because there's a lot of people, because best believe when the grid shut down, it's going to be targeted, demographics that they want to thin out. Okay. I say these red-blooded Americans. All right. This is why I call Jacob trouble. They're going to be at Jake. And ultimately, they're going to come for the profits, man. Okay. Which that's when, all right, hey, it's going to be a showcase of power in the earth, man. Okay. So, yeah, let's just play some more.
And so, this seems to be a remarkable global top-down push, because you see China doing it, you see Russia doing it, you see India doing it, you see the G7 nations pushing very hard. The one of the key partners to the Bank of International Settlements is the Fed and the New York Fed. And they have an innovation partnership as part of the implementation system. But the chairman of the Federal Reserve has stated repeatedly that he needs legislation to implement these. And that's going to be quite a food fight. And it wouldn't surprise me to see if that's one of the big agendas. We see the presidential contenders in a lot of different ways supporting. We have Trump aggressively promoting digital IDs and biometrics. So, the push is on for complete digital control. And of course, the pushback is remarkable. I just came back from the United States where I was doing meet and greet with Solari subscribers all over the United States. And the cash use on the ground, from everything I can tell, is growing. So people are beginning to understand that 100% digital system is dangerous. They want to preserve cash. I would say the Commonwealth countries and Australia are much more aggressive and forcing the population much more. In the United States, not only does PAL have to get the new legislation, but you have states that are now pushing back, passing laws against CBDC. And I want to stress that they can do complete digital control without CBDCs. You can do it.
So what she's going into now is about a pushback with the people. And now the federal governments are all in. But you have, in America, these different state governments, hey, they want to buck up. Okay. And that's where, they're going to concentrate these mercenaries and these UN troops to these rebellious, governments, man. Okay. You see, they got this thing, planned, locked, and loaded. Okay, and this is why these migrants are coming over here with immunity. They don't have to get licensed or tagged. They get phones and shelter. They're just housing these troops, man, because they know there's going to be resistance from these different states. Okay. There's going to be, those states that's going to rebel against this, man. All right. And they already got a solution for that, man. All right. So they'll play some more.
With fast payment systems, which the World Bank is leading the global adoption of. And literally you can engineer this through the banking system and credit cards. So what we're against, what we try and communicate at Solari is we're for financial freedom and against digital transaction control of any kind. It's not just CBDC.
Well, that's such an important point, Catherine, because everyone's focusing on CBDC, but they don't need CBDC to be able to control. In fact, Mayor Adams in New York was bragging about how he's, working with American Express to make sure that they can reduce the amount of meat that Americans are eating. So it doesn't just need to be a central bank digital currency. And it's great to see that states are implementing legislation to push back against it, but we need that to really be expanded. I also note that Children's Health Defense had a win recently in Los Angeles, where they were privy to some plans that were happening ahead of Olympics, and got all this information about the AI surveillance state that was being built. And the judge actually ruled that digital ID is not to be used to allow people to move freely about the state. So we do have some awareness and wins in this area, but I don't think it's happening fast enough, Catherine.
So let me make a suggestion. If you go to Solari, on the right-hand side, there's a picture of the Bank of International Settlements, and it says CBDC video shorts. And if you click on that, you'll go to a collection of 100 or more shorts, many of them 1 minute or less. And the top four, Marie, whenever I meet with a legislator, so I've been meeting for the last year with state legislators in the United States, and I'll meet with a wonderful state legislator who really doesn't understand that there's a danger. And I will show them the top four videos. The three of them are 1 minute long and the other is 2.5 minutes long. And after they watch 5.5 minutes of those four videos, they are gobsmacked. They're like, oh my God, because it's the central bankers telling you what they're going to do. And when you see the central bankers telling you what they're going to do, you realize this is serious. So One thing everybody listening can do is go watch those videos, but then spread them everywhere. Spread them on social media. The first one is Augustine Carson's from the Bank of International Settlements telling you why I love CBDC, because one, it's his money, and two, he can control what you do, and he can set the rules and enforce them centrally. One of the big problems those 114 countries have is, how ultimately, as this thing centralizes, they're going to end up giving up control to Switzerland. It's quite remarkable. How does, because it is the end of sovereignty, both individual and national sovereignty. And that's why the more you can get investors or local government officials or legislators to understand the danger and realize, if you look at the G7 countries, Maria, we've had a balance of power between the bankers running monetary policy and the legislators running fiscal policy. So there's this balance of power, but with a digital ID and CBDCs or a credit card system that uses these kinds of codings, essentially you have the bankers taking over the fiscal side of the house and replacing the executive branch and replacing the legislature. The bankers can make up the rules and enforce them and literally get rid of the legislature and the executive branch. So this is a coup. This is a fundamental change in the governance system using the digital transaction system as control. And
it's not called a new world order for nothing. Okay. And I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit. But what she's going into with this, okay, is that you have all these different state governments and legislators, because right now there's too many moving parts. Okay, even though these devils have a lot of control, these central bankers, they have a lot of control. All right, they want to tighten the screws down and centralize everything to where they can distribute credits, these digital credits, from one location, and they can enforce, all right, particular things. All right, because it's going to be on the social credit score as well. When you're allowed to be back on the internet with your digital ID, which is going to be in your C-HIP, well, there's a certain conduct you're going to have to maintain. Because right now, we can just get a strike. Okay? But in times to come, under the new world order, you say something that not liked, okay, or that's not favorable, all right, with the powers to be, they just shut you. They suspend your credits. Okay, they suspend your credits. They'll fine you. They'll tax you. Okay, hate crime tax, hate speech tax. Okay, so they want to get to the point to where they can centrally control everything that moves. Okay, from one location, what she's talking about in Switzerland. So they're finna, when we say new world order, they finna get away with this voting and legislation. Nah, man, it's gonna be a technocracy, man. Okay, and with this collapse, they're gonna say, well, the governments aren't able. This old way of government is not able to keep up with technology. We got to bring in a new form of governing, and it's gonna be a technocracy, man. Okay. And they're gonna push it as an upgrade, as a utopia, as a technological digital utopia of convenience and upgrades and how things are ran. But it's gonna be a tyrannical oppression, man. So matter of fact, I think that's the point. I'll put this video if you want to watch the rest of it. It got some pretty informative information. I say she goes in with the bankers. All right, I get myself ready for camp. So I'm gonna if you want to watch the rest of it, okay. So let's go here. I think the brother posted it for me. The Revelation. All right, yeah. So let's get this. Is Revelation 13 and 14. Revelation 13 and 14. It says, "And deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, okay, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live," man. Okay, and this beast system, okay, is nothing but a Rome 2.0, a pagan Rome 2.0 with way more technology. Okay, and people when they worship the beast, okay, they're pretty much worshiping that pagan Roman way of life, man. Okay, which is a very sensual, like I say, lust driven, clout. People was concerned about clout. There was, always some type of entertainment and, that city life. Okay. They pretty much that do as thou wilt in luxury. No particular order. The women, because their pagan worship, the worship of women, the worship of sex, the worship of self. Like this is what people are pretty much being conformed to, the image of pagan Rome. Okay, this is what this society conditions you to be. It molds you into that image of pagan Rome. Okay, verse 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause as many that is would not worship the image. Okay, I don't know whatever. All right, but yeah, here you go. Meaning is not should worship the image, that they should. No, that wasn't it. I guess he probably didn't put it. When he goes into those that wouldn't worship it will be put to death. All right, so read this again. Revelation 13 and 15, it says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, man. Okay, and this is Esau, Edom. Okay, in the Renaissance, he has revived this beast system. Okay, headed by the elites who have financed, all right, this beast system, this dragon. Okay, it says that the image of the beast shall both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be put to death. Okay, so and also when you go into put to death, it goes to be separated. Because if you don't have any buying power, you're powerless, man. You're gonna have people being put to death, but also being outcast in this society, man. Separated. Brothers go into their word death. Goes into separation as well. Okay. Which we know, hey, we're going to have to depend on Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai in these times, man. Verse 16, and he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, man. And this is going to be the answer, okay, to get the grid back up and going, to get the party back started, man. Okay. Verse 17, it says, and that no man might buy or sell, say he had that, all right, save he that had the charagma and the name of the beast and the number of his name. So, the pathway back to this society is going to be through the MOTB, all right? But we know to resist this, man. Okay, Revelation 3 and 10. This is the hour of temptation, man. Okay, when this grid is down, that's going to be the hour of temptation. That's going to be our trying. Okay, that's what's going to be the deciding factor, how we react. All right, as the scriptures say, through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. And that's going to be that straight gate, because we got to resist that charagma, man. And depend on the Lord. But we have plenty precepts where the Lord said we're going to be all right, man. And we're going to eat while people are starving. We're going to laugh as people are crying. Okay, we can't tell you the how. All right, can't tell you the when. But we know we got to go through that straight gate, and that's deny this man in this system, man. So I end it here. This is Revelation 3 and 10 said, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, man. The hour just represents a time. All right, so when this grid collapsed and it's all out, civil unrest and chaos. Okay, hey, we're gonna have to stand stiffly, all right, on our faith, man. Okay, ain't gonna matter about your fringes, okay, in that day, man. Okay, it's gonna be the trust, you know, and the relationship we built with Yahweh Shem Al Shai during this grace period, man. Okay, you know, and keeping the word of his patience. That's telling the truth, man. If you in this grace period and you are false, okay, you're spreading false doctrine. You're not keeping the word of his patience, man. Okay, if you're being a busybody, gossiping, and still acting, you know, and behaving and operating in the manners of this world, you're not keeping the word of the Lord's patience, man. If you don't deny this hip, this charagma, okay, even unto death, you're not keeping the word of his patience, man. You know, and we pray that the Lord puts the spirit on us to stand stiffly in these times, man. All right, it says, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Okay, so this is like just today. What was today? It was a global glitch in the system, man. Okay, so we come into a time where the whole earth, okay, the whole planet, all right, the population of the planet will be tried in the hour of temptation, man. You know, so that's the point. And I'll pray that you brothers, all right, and you sisters edified. You know, today, you know, was just another heat check. All right, but the Lord speaks to us through these current events, and you know, we take heed. Okay, so one click away, you know, one click, just like a light switch, man. He can turn this thing off and turn this thing on, but it's all according to the timing and the will of Yahweh B'Shem Al Shai. But hey, we're at the door, you know. So till the next time, I say Shalom, Yashala, Bob soon, Shalom.